Okay, so we are back on the bird. Now the D7's nearly done, it's time to do a catch-up. I believe Mr. Solander did a question on Scale Model Addict that said, Dear Dave, or Smusno, how did you get your bridge looking like that? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Let's just have a quick run through. We got lights, we got some serious light blocking we're going to have to do up here. So I'm going to have to try and get, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but that's how we're going to work it out. And then lights in there, and then a blue light under there. So that's that. Let me just, if I unplug the power. Oh, that's the wrong bit of power. Oh dear. Right, so up here I've got my battery terminal, so I'm just going to unplug that for now, like that. So you can see now, look, if I put that on, I have put yellow tape in all of the windows so it doesn't look too stupid. Now what I am a little concerned about is... Oh. I've taped up the whole front windows for the main bridge, which I don't think I've done the right thing. I might have to change that. Let me get set up, I'm back in a mo. Right, so I'm going to do a lot of this sort of single-handed, so let me untape the bits that are just holding everything together. Keep that because I'm going to want it for later. So, if we just take the top away from the bottom, and I turn one upside down and one the right way up. There we go. Okay, so let's see what we can see. So I've got front LEDs that come in from the back of the ship, up one edge and the other edge, and then they U-turn back on themselves. So as you can see there, the LED's facing backwards. Maybe this would work better if... There we go. Okay, right, so in from there, round there, facing in that direction. In from there, around there, and facing back in that direction. Now I did this because I didn't want it to hit the actual windows too much. I want the white inside the ship to just bounce the light around and give it a bit more of a natural glow. I've got one that comes in from up here and runs through to the main body of the ship, which is then just on a bendy wire, and it points at this front window here. So when you turn that up the other way, look, it gives you a lovely big glowy light that's sticking out of it. I've done the same thing with the main bridge. So when you look up here, it gives you a really bright glowy light that's coming out of it. This is specifically because your registry is going to be here. But that's how I've run it so far. The only other thing that I've got, and let me move my shonky old, far too hot. Look at that, Grendels. It's your one. So, also at the back, I've got two pointing that way. Yeah, so let's hold that up a little bit so you can see. There we go. So you can see I've just got two that I have routed in from the main bus, routed through here and back. And they point back into the rear end of the ship. But because this is where this stops, and then these point out like an extra 2 inches or so, these lights are actually sort of, they're in, where are they? Yeah, they finish about here and point into the back up here, and I thought I was going to have to light this separately. What I'm missing is a whole load of light down here. So I think I'm just going to put one LED. I was going to go for two, but I think one will be enough. Just pointing at the back of this bulkhead here, because I need to just light this bottom section under here. I think the extra light will be a bit of overkill, really. I'm not sure that it'll be necessary. But Solander, you asked and I have given. I'm back on this project now, so while I'm up here, I'm going to have a little play for a little while. I'm going to leave these blue lights running for a little while and just make sure they're all okay. And these bottom ones, what I need to do is, where is it? I've got this, a 3W27RJ. None of this is making any sense. Hang on. I have this, a 3WR7 2J, B, F and A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This. So that's going to go in line. So you've got big power down here for the 12 volt. Big power down here for the 12 volt. One that's going to go directly off to all the blue Model Man Tom strip lights. And then a separate one that's going to go off with this big badass mofo. And then a separate one that's going to go, that is going to go off to all of the white LEDs, 9 on a 6 volt system with 3.2 LEDs with 100 ohm resistors on them. And then another one that's going to go off separately resisted to go to the 2 red LEDs. Now what I need to do is just wire this up on the 12 volt system, get it all soldered together, because I don't know if the big white thing needs to go pre or post the resistor to run the red LEDs, because I don't know if that'll leave enough wattage to actually power the red LEDs. There's one way to find out, which is trial and error, and if it goes all cock, then to be honest with you, I'm just going to rip out what's inside this one and go and spend 22 quid on another Voyager kit. I won't have to redo the bridge, I just have to re-drill the rear section and sort of take it from there, really. I've learnt an awful lot. I want to put it into practice and get the best result I can. If I cock it up and it's an extra 20 quid, then sort of so be it at the moment, because it's all about the end result, whereas before it was all about playing, and now I've sort of gone beyond that. I've learned and grown as a model maker. Smuzno, waffling, really. I'm going, and this is what I've done, so